This presentation is going to conclude our lesson today. Again, my name is Carly Kettler, and I'm the librarian here at school. The purpose of this lesson and video is to cover the 6 individual steps of the Big 6 research model, and to also preview your handout, which you will use when you are applying these steps to your own research. The handout that you have received covers the 6 different steps for the Big 6, their definitions and examples to guide you. My hope is that you'll be able to use this handout when you are completing your own research. It also contains 5 links to different resources that I think are very valuable. One of those resources is the Big 6 website, which further reviews the 6 steps, the theory behind the model, and links to more sources. A PowerPoint presentation of the Big 6 is also included in your handout, and it goes into more depth about the steps and provides real-life examples that you may encounter when doing your own research. I've also included 2 videos that I think do a great job of briefly describing the Big 6 model if you need a quick overview. The last resource is from Eugene Ashley High School's library website. It covers the 6 steps as well as has additional resources covering research topics such as plagiarism, citing your sources, and searching tips for the internet and databases. Please use this handout while you're completing your own research, as I think it will be a great resource for you. The first step in the Big 6 model is task definition. This is where you discover the problem. What do you need to discover or solve? And you also need to figure out what information that you will need to solve it. So, for example, you are going to complete a research project on severe weather. You need to decide what severe weather you're going to focus on and what kind of information you need. If you are going to focus on tornadoes, then you're going to narrow down your sources and your information specifically about tornadoes. Step 2 in the Big 6 model is information seeking strategies. This is where you're going to figure out what sources you should use and if they are the correct ones for the job. So, if you are focusing on tornadoes, then you need to figure out what information sources will be best for your needs. Maybe that's a book, maybe it's the internet or a library database, or it could even be a resource such as a person, a meteorologist. Which one will best suit your need in discovering more information about tornadoes? Step 3 in the Big 6 model is location and access. Once you've decided what sources would be best, how do you locate that source? Actually use and browse that source and figure out if it has the information that you need. This is the step that you might have to try again if the source you thought was going to work out did not. Repeating steps 1 through 3 might happen frequently if you find yourself stuck or lacking the information you seek. So, for example, if you believe that a meteorologist would have been your best source, but you're unable to find one in the local area that is available before your project is due, then you might need to go back and rethink. A book might be a better option. Step 4 in the Big 6 model is use of information. So you've already located your sources, you actually have that source available to you, and now you're going to actually read or engage with that source to get out the information that you need. You will take your notes, you will cite the information that you want, and you will also make a list of the sources that you used. Here is where you're going to actually get into the meat of your project, discovering more about tornadoes for the example that we've been using. Step 5 in the Big 6 model is synthesis. You are now going to organize all the information and sources that you use to discover more about tornadoes and put them into a logical order. You're going to decide how you're going to present this knowledge and what format you're going to use. If you're going to be giving an oral presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, a voice recording, those are the decisions you're going to make. You're also going to decide how you're going to present it. What is the most important information and what order should it be in so that it logically makes sense to the audience. Step 6 is evaluation. It's the last step in the Big 6 model. Here's where you're going to do some reflection on the 6 steps that you've already completed. Does your work reflect your desired task from step 1? Also, was the process efficient? Were you able to locate sources efficiently and gather information and then present it? You're going to reflect on all of this so that you can decide if you want to change up the way that you go through the Big 6 model, or if your task did not reflect your end product, what can you do differently next time to make sure that those line up? Thank you so much for listening today. I am really excited for you guys to use the Big 6 model. I think it's going to be very valuable in guiding you through the research process. We have learned that there are 6 different steps in the model: task definition, information seeking, location access, use of information, synthesis, and evaluation. We've briefly discussed each one of these. I've also introduced the handout as a resource to help you and guide you through your own process. I'm very excited for you to try this out. Thank you so much.